if you start thinking how to apply AI in market access, what I normally just say, especially when you want, for example, to understand a high value case, or if you want to maybe as well just say, look, we have already tried it, we want to maybe further now move along. It's always good to start maybe thinking like the way of the life cycle of a product. So you have in the different kind of life cycle stages, different needs, of course. It's very similar as we have done it in the past as well. Which different projects do you need at the different points in time of the life cycle of a product? And besides the kind of, say, more secure, highly complex kind of maybe available tools, we'll come to those as well in a few minutes. There's also the opportunity, of course, to use open access versions, open access tools for different kind of questions. So there is, of course, and that's also what we do. There are different GPTs. I just put in there as an example, ChatGPT. You can use that, for example, as well in early stages of a life cycle, especially maybe if you want to just get a kind of quick description, just as an example, of the patient population, their mechanism of action, for example, of a competitor, a kind of quick overview, what is currently being available as treatment options, or, for example, getting clarifications on EMA and FDA guidelines. Important always, when I put that into the discussion is, and Inge knows that, I mean, what we normally do as well during the courses, during the face-to-face courses is letting people as well prompting towards those kind of questions. And the really interesting thing, and probably the ones who have used already ChatGPT and the like a bit more often, it's not a surprise. If you ask, for example, give me the incidence and prevalence for a given disease, for example, ovarian cancer, you get, out of 10, you get at least 6 different answers. Out of these 6, maybe you have half of those similar into one direction, but those 2 groups are sometimes significantly different. And this is, of course, due to the fact that the prompting and the way you prompt and the way you ask the GPT to give you the answer, the reply might differ, and hence might also give different kind of result. That is why we normally say early, fast and quick and dirty, maybe kind of results. For that, I think the ChatGPT versions are quite fine. Some further options are the ones also alluded on that slide, Perplexity and EvidenceHunt for different kind of, let's say, areas. Perplexity, a reasoning model. You could also get, for example, a targeted, let's say, search for studies or other public reports like GBA or NICE. That's a quite good one. Try it out. If you rather want to go a bit more into clinical evidence, we would also recommend EvidenceHunt. Again, open access, we always as well, of course, then would not include any kind of confidential information, but especially in the early stages when you put maybe a plan together or up the wrong direction, or different kind of other pieces, what you need then out of open access platforms, you could, for example, use those 3 as well. Otherwise, of course, as we all know, we should as well use rather secure or safe kind of GPTs. Some of you might also have that already internally. A lot of, especially the bigger companies, have already implemented those kind of GPTs in order to then also use it and let it be used for those kind of activities.